It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the Commanders and the Eagles, and it's coming up next.
The city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the latter when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the defending NFC champs, the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
But meanwhile, for the visiting Commanders, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to get.
A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So here come the Eagles, the defending NFC champs, led out by a man who was the runner-up to Patrick Mahomes at MVP balloting a season ago. Of course, that's Jalen Hurts.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. They go with a former Lion. It's DeAndre Swift. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now a 2nd and 10. Hurts. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. You talk about this Washington defense. This unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
What they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're top.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And the kick is good, and the Commanders out to a 7-0 lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Commanders set to go to work on offense, and they've handed the controls to this man in his 2nd NFL season, former Tar Heel Sam Howell. Howell got the nod from Commanders leadership to be the team's starter this year. A nice bump for last year's 5th-round pick. One start as a rookie and didn't look bad at all, winning the team's finale. And let's not forget, this is a guy who was once viewed as a 1st-round pick, so there's plenty of promise hidden beneath the surface. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it. Short pass to Howard, and just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. You look at this Eagle defense. They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
They've established themselves pretty well throughout this season, but boy, what a competitive group of people. They do not like that ranking they have now because they think that they're better, and they're out to prove it again in this game.
A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Back to Robinson now on 1st down. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. A check in on the numbers last week for Robinson. 16 carries, 63 yards, and a touchdown. He comes into this one ranked 9th in the NFL in rushing. I think that every member of that offense knows exactly where he sits. You can see it from every one of them out there. They're all fully committed to making this a game where he really breaks free and climbs a couple of spots. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Samuel gets him a 1st, and he's somebody's valued for more than just his receiving work. Sure, he had over 600 yards, but he also had almost 200 rushing yards, and the team loves using him as an additional ball carrier. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Throwing here, Howell. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. 3rd and 2, here's Howell. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you? Yeah, in the 1st quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead. And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that. Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offense coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game. This is 2nd and 8. At the 44-yard line. Throwing is Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession. A yard all they need, but it's third down. As they've got it as we resume action. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. From the gun, it's Hurts. He's going deep for Brown. This is caught inside the 15. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It's a gain of 35.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. It'll be Hurts on the option. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Jalen Hurts, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So this drive spans 7 plays. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
2nd down and a run by Robinson. And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 23. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. That's Daron Payne with a sack that time. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. That is caught. And out across midfield down to the 45. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Looking to throw. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. A big play there for Philly. 43 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Swift is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and they actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead is now 14-10. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. From his end zone is Byron Pringle. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Back to throw, Howell. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Howell. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And now they start in plus territory following that turnover as they'll try to get some points here before halftime. Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll look to throw. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Byron Pringle now to return it. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Set to go again. Here's Brian Robinson in the Commander offense. He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Powell's throw taken in by Samuel. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Powell, and returns it right back to Samuel. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards, and they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Powell's throw into the hands of McLaurin. And McLaurin going to pick up a Commander's first down as he'll get this across the 50 to the 49. And once more, Howell back to the air. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Now the Commanders going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts. Here's Howell to throw on 2nd down. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. And Howell will throw it. And this is going to be incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that in the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. And the Eagles going to get one final possession in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the 2nd quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as we say goodbye to September and take a look around the NFL here on this first day of October. We'll begin in Orchard Park, an AFC East matchup between Miami and Buffalo. And it's the Dolphins who have the lead in that one. Tua Tagovailoa with a touchdown throw. From there, we'll head down to Charlotte to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. Miles Sanders, the lone touchdown there as he's cashed one in on the ground. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City. See what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. As you can see, the score there in the 2nd quarter. The Bears trying to gut this one out as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. The Eagles got a solid first half from last year's MVP runner-up, Jalen Hurts. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. First chance for the Commanders offense now as they head out for their opening series of the second half. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second down and 8. On the counter, this is Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Howell throwing on third down here. That's caught by Howard. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 11, but still a little short. Fourth down. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 16. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. Jamin Davis there to bring him down. From the 21, here's second down and 5. Play action. Here's Hurts. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger gain.
That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And he finds Howard complete.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Again, it's Robinson. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 58 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Now left side on the swing pass. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Howell. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 15-yard line. The 3rd down conversion is successful. Give them 12 yards that time.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
On 1st down, Howell. Touchdown! Jahan Dotson. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders are back within a score. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Howell throwing for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Scott on the return out of the end zone. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. He finds his man complete. It's Watkins. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Hurts. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle 1st down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 2nd down. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 42. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. You know, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Throwing is Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. And Goddard going to have an Eagles 1st down as he'll get this down to the 30-yard line. On the option to give to Swift here. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now hang on here because DeAndre Swift injured on that last play and in need of a little assistance. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Hurts completing this one quickly. Touchdown, Eagles! Grant Calcaterra, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bullying his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Elliott good with a PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From the end zone, here's Pringle. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Short pass to Howard. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Howell's throw complete to Dotson. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Throwing here, Howell. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Howell down to throw it. That is caught. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 28. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Following the play here, now we've got an injury. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. It's Howell with another throw. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, able to avoid him. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down. Howell out of the shotgun. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Howell. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Out of the gun, it's Howell. And he's going to be dropped. back at the 15-yard line. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. 43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
So here we go now with Howell and the Commanders.
Down by 10. 1:51 on the clock. They'll need a score here and also likely an onside kick recovery. But first things first. 1st and 10.
Here's Howell.
Sets up the screen to Robinson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
2nd and 6 coming up. Howell to throw.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts
as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
1 timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's 1st and 10.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off.
There he goes right side. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, and delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
As the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
Hurts down to one knee, and that should just about do it. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to